In the ever-evolving landscape of economic discourse, two significant events are set to captivate audiences this June as leading experts delve into pressing topics that shape our understanding of inflation and the role of transformative artificial intelligence (AI) in the economy. As global economic conditions fluctuate and technology continues to redefine industries, these discussions promise to offer critical insights. On June 11, the Luber College of Business at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee will host the Bradley Lecture Series featuring Dr. John H. Cochrane, a notable figure in monetary economics. Dr. Cochrane, currently a senior fellow at the Hoover Institution, is poised to tackle the multifaceted issues surrounding the inflation surge that characterized 2021 and 2022. With inflation rates reaching highs not seen in decades, many have been left wondering what triggered this spike and how similar occurrences can be prevented in the future. Dr. Cochrane's extensive background, which includes tenure at the University of Chicago Booth School of Business, equips him with a unique perspective on these challenges. He plans to explore the implications of tariffs on the economy, the Federal Reserve's role in managing economic stability, and the risks associated with mounting national debt. What lessons does the inflation surge have for today's policies? He will ask, prompting attendees to consider the broader implications of past economic decisions. His lecture is expected to provide a comprehensive analysis of current monetary policies and their potential futures, making it a must-attend event for economists and business leaders alike. Just a day prior, on April 22, the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco will host a presentation by Professor Anton Korinek from the University of Virginia. In his talk titled "The Economics of Transformative AI," Korinek will discuss the profound implications of advanced AI on economic systems. His research, which has been widely published and discussed in major media outlets, emphasizes the dual-edged nature of AI technologies. While they promise unprecedented advancements in productivity and innovation, they also pose significant risks to labor markets and economic inequality. Korinek's insights are particularly timely as businesses and policymakers grapple with the rapid integration of AI into various sectors. He will address questions about how societies can adapt to these transformative changes, including the potential for AI to exacerbate existing inequalities and the regulatory frameworks needed to mitigate such risks. As the event promises interactive engagement with audience questions, attendees can expect a dynamic discussion on the future of work and economic resilience in the age of AI. These two events underscore a critical juncture in economic thought, where traditional frameworks are being challenged by innovative technologies and shifting global dynamics. The insights from Dr. Cochrane and Professor Korinek will not only inform current debates but also inspire future research and policy development. As we look ahead, the intersection of monetary policy and technological disruption will undoubtedly continue to shape the economic landscape, prompting both scholars and practitioners to rethink strategies for resilience and growth. In a remarkable display of endurance and spirit, Jim Musanti of New Smyrna Beach completed his 45th consecutive Boston Marathon on April 21, 2025. This year's performance saw him improve his time by nearly 9 minutes, finishing the iconic 26.2-mile course in 3 hours 25 minutes and 5 seconds. Musanti's achievement not only highlights his personal dedication but also places him among the top competitors in his age group, securing the 19th spot in the men's 65 to 69 category and averaging a commendable pace of 7:50 per mile, with his final mile clocking in at an impressive 7:43. Musanti's streak, now the 8th longest in history, exemplifies his commitment to the marathon, a race that draws over 30,000 participants from around the globe each year. This year's event took place under ideal conditions, with temperatures in the low 50s and partly cloudy skies contributing to a competitive atmosphere. Local runners from the Volusia-Flagler area also showcased their talents, with DeLan's Chris Batista leading the pack, among them finishing in 2 hours 40 minutes and 5 seconds and placing 18th in his age group of 40 to 44. The Boston Marathon is not merely a test of speed and endurance but a celebration of community. Among the local participants was Leah Umberger from DeLand, who was the fastest woman from the area, crossing the finish line in 3 hours 10 minutes and 49 seconds. Musanti was not alone in his marathon journey. His wife Kitty, a former marathoner, now focused on shorter distances, continued her success in the Boston 5K, winning her age division for the third time in 4 years with a time of 22:23. The camaraderie and support among the runners were palpable, with many from the Volusia Flagler community coming together to celebrate their shared passion for running. This strong showing at the Boston Marathon underscores a growing trend among local athletes who are increasingly qualifying for such prestigious events and pushing their limits. As the marathon season continues, the community eagerly anticipates future events and the potential for more local runners to join the ranks of those who have made their mark in this storied race. With Musanti's inspiring example, the spirit of perseverance and the pursuit of personal bests are sure to motivate both seasoned runners and newcomers alike in the years to come. As the world gears up for Earth Day on April 22, 2025. Anticipation is building for the 55th annual celebration of this pivotal environmental movement. With a theme centered around Our Power, Our Planet, the focus this year is on harnessing renewable energy to triple clean electricity by 2030. This call to action echoes the spirit of unity that sparked Earth Day's inception back in 1970, when Wisconsin Senator Gaylord Nelson and activist John McConnell rallied millions to address pressing environmental issues such as air pollution and toxic waste. On that first Earth Day, approximately 20 million Americans took to the streets, igniting a nationwide conversation that culminated in significant legislative achievements, including the establishment of the Environmental Protection Agency and landmark laws like the Clean Air Act and the Clean Water Act. By 1990, Earth Day had transcended U.S. borders, with participation from over 140 countries, illustrating a global commitment to environmental stewardship. This year's theme encourages individuals to engage in actions that promote sustainability and renewable energy, resonating with the message that even small personal efforts can contribute to broader ecological goals. This sentiment is reflected in various eco-friendly practices that individuals can adopt, such as using reusable bags, reducing water waste, and recycling materials. National Geographic Kids emphasizes that simple changes, like walking instead of driving or turning off unused electronics, can collectively make a significant impact on reducing carbon footprints. In addition to personal actions, Earth Day 2025 invites communities to organize events and initiatives aimed at raising awareness and fostering engagement. Interested participants can visit earthday.org to find local events or create their own, thereby amplifying the call to action and inspiring others to join the movement. The legacy of Earth Day is not just about raising awareness, it is about fostering a culture of environmental responsibility that evolves with each generation. Previous themes have tackled pressing issues from plastic pollution to climate literacy, each making a significant contribution to the ongoing dialogue around sustainability. The 2025 theme is particularly timely as the world grapples with the effects of climate change and the urgent need for a transition to clean energy sources. As we reflect on the past and consider the future, Earth Day serves as a reminder that collective action and grassroots movements can lead to substantial change. Looking ahead, the challenge will be to maintain momentum beyond April 22, integrating sustainable practices into daily life and advocating for policies that prioritize the health of our planet. With the increasing visibility of climate issues, the upcoming Earth Day not only celebrates our achievements but also highlights the work that remains to secure a sustainable future for generations to come. In an era where financial markets are increasingly volatile, gold has emerged as a relentless beacon of value, setting record prices and captivating investor attention. As of April 21, 2025, the precious metal has not only reached an unprecedented nominal price of over $3,400 per ounce, but it has also surpassed inflation-adjusted highs that have stood for 45 years. This surge raises a critical question: where are all the investors? Gold's recent ascent can be attributed to a confluence of factors, most notably a significant decline in investor sentiment. The latest BofA Global Fund Manager survey reveals that a staggering 82% of participants anticipate a contraction in the global economy, marking the most pessimistic outlook in the survey's history. This pervasive fear, Often referred to as the fear trade, has driven many to seek refuge in gold as a safe haven asset, reflecting a broader trend of risk aversion. The economic backdrop is further complicated by the weakening US dollar, which has plummeted to a 3-year low amidst ongoing trade tensions. The ICE US dollar index, down 8% in 2025, marks the worst start to a year for the index in its 4-decade history. While a lower dollar can make U.S. exports more competitive, it simultaneously raises concerns about the health of the economy, leading many to speculate on the long-term implications of the government's fiscal policies. Despite these encouraging signs for gold, retail investors appear conspicuously absent from the rally. Current gold-backed ETF assets account for less than 2% of total ETF assets, a significant drop from roughly 8% in 2011. While investments in gold ETFs have gained traction since February, holdings still remain about 19% lower than their peak in October 2020. The underexposure of retail investors is particularly striking given that gold mining stocks have outperformed the broader market, with the NYS Arca Gold Miners Index surging nearly 50% this year compared to a 10% decline in the S&P 500. Notably, some gold mining companies are making headlines as well. Newmont, the world's largest gold producer, has seen its stock rise over 50% in 2025, making it the best-performing stock in the S&P 500 so far this year. Analysts project further growth, with estimated profits expected to rise by 13% to $3.92 per share this year alone. The trend is not confined to US-based companies. South African gold mining stocks have also flourished, with local producers seeing their shares soar as the price of gold has surged above our 60,000 per ounce for the first time. Companies like Sibanye-Stillwater and AngloGold Ashanti have reported staggering gains, with increases of 50% and 93% to 94% respectively. In this landscape, gold mining equities remain undervalued compared to the general market, raising the question of whether they can break free from a decade-long range-bound trading pattern. As gold prices continue to rise, the potential for mining stocks to outperform the market could present a compelling investment opportunity. Moving forward, the gold market's trajectory will likely hinge on a combination of economic conditions, investor sentiment, and geopolitical developments. While analysts at Goldman Sachs predict gold could reach $3,700 by the end of 2025 and $4,000 by mid-2026, whether retail investors will re-engage with gold remains uncertain. As inflation and economic instability persist, the allure of gold may only strengthen, suggesting that now could be a pivotal moment for investors to reassess their portfolios and consider the benefits of allocating to this historically stable asset. In a landscape often fraught with challenges for Black women in business, Chanel Christophe Davis stands out as a beacon of resilience and success. As the CEO of Davis & Harmon, a leading African-American women-owned sales tax advisory firm based in Dallas, Texas, Davis has navigated a difficult terrain to carve out a niche in a competitive market. Her journey, marked by both determination and strategic pivots, sheds light on the broader issues facing Black women entrepreneurs in the accounting sector. In a recent interview, Davis recounted her path to establishing a firm that not only thrives but also contributes significantly to the community. "We took what we learned from working at major firms like Arthur Andersen and Deloitte and infused that experience into our organization," she explained. This foundation allowed her team to cultivate a culture of technological advancement and social responsibility, crucial elements in today's rapidly evolving accounting landscape. The firm's journey began in 2001 when Davis and her husband initially targeted government contracts for auditing services. However, recognizing the limitations of this model, they pivoted towards serving mid-sized and large corporations. Over the years, their reputation grew as they became known for their expertise and efficiency, particularly after the landmark Supreme Court ruling in 2018 that changed the rules for Internet sales tax. This ruling not only expanded their client base but also marked a significant turning point for the firm, transforming them from a lesser-known entity to a prominent player in the tax advisory world. Despite their successes, Davis acknowledges the systemic barriers that Black women entrepreneurs often face, particularly in accessing capital and networks. A report from the Fearless Fund highlights that African American women entrepreneurs received less than 1% of the $288 billion in venture capital funding available in 2022. The biggest challenge for us is access to networks, access to the C-suite, Davis noted, emphasizing the importance of broader visibility for Black-owned firms. Nevertheless, Davis's firm has thrived largely due to strong referrals from existing clients, illustrating the power of trust and reputation in business. Mentorship plays a pivotal role in Davis's approach to leadership, especially for aspiring Black women entrepreneurs. Focus on expertise first and build that vertically, she advises young professionals, emphasizing the importance of specialization over a broad, unfocused service offering. This focus has been a core differentiator for Davis and Harmon, allowing them to better serve their clients and establish deep connections built on understanding and trust. The challenges of entrepreneurship are compounded by socioeconomic factors, and Davis's story reflects the broader struggles many Black women face. She candidly shared her experiences weathering multiple economic downturns, starting from the aftermath of September 11, 2001 through the Great Recession and the COVID-19 pandemic. "You have to be pretty positive that things are going to turn around when things look bad," Davis reflected, underscoring the resilience required to succeed in such an environment. Looking ahead, Davis is optimistic about the future of her firm. With plans to diversify into new industries and expand their geographical footprint, she remains committed to mentoring the next generation of Black professionals in accounting. "We are proud of grooming the next generation of high-performing, specialized Black tax professionals," she stated, highlighting the importance of creating opportunities within the community. As her firm approaches its 23rd anniversary, Davis sees their story as just beginning. The challenges they have overcome serve not only as a testament to their tenacity but also as an inspiration for others navigating similar paths. In a world where Black women often feel isolated and overlooked, Davis's success story embodies the potential for resilience and achievement, paving the way for future generations to follow. The narrative of Chanel Christophe Davis reinforces the need for diversity in all sectors of business and underscores the critical importance of mentorship, specialization, and community support. As we look to the future, her journey serves as a powerful reminder that with determination and a supportive network, success is within reach regardless of the obstacles faced. In an era where workplace dynamics are rapidly evolving, the stress associated with office environments has become an increasingly prominent issue. The phenomenon known as the meeting room shuffle is at the forefront of discussions surrounding workplace productivity and employee well-being. As organizations adapt to hybrid work models and fluctuating in-office attendances, the implications of meeting room availability and the anxiety it generates are becoming apparent. A recent report highlights how the constant need for employees to secure meeting spaces is contributing to heightened stress levels. With companies striving to balance in-person collaboration and remote work flexibility, the competition for limited meeting rooms has intensified. Employees often find themselves juggling schedules and battling for time slots, leading to feelings of frustration and burnout. A spokesperson for a major tech firm noted the scramble for space can create an environment where employees feel undervalued and overlooked, ultimately affecting morale and productivity. The situation is particularly concerning as studies have shown that workplace stress can lead to significant declines in performance. According to research conducted by the American Psychological Association, nearly 60% of employees report feeling stressed about their work environments, with a notable portion attributing this stress to inadequate resources and space. The lack of physical meeting rooms not only disrupts collaboration but also stifles creativity and innovation, as employees are forced to conduct discussions in less formal settings or in some cases virtually. This increasing strain on office dynamics is prompting organizations to re-evaluate their strategies regarding workspace design and resource allocation. Many companies are exploring solutions such as flexible booking systems, enhanced digital tools for remote collaboration, and even a reimagining of office layouts to accommodate more collaborative spaces. We are committed to fostering an environment where our employees feel supported and have the resources they need to succeed, stated a human resources director from a leading consulting firm. This proactive stance could pave the way for more sustainable work practices that prioritize employee well-being. In a parallel development, the tech journalism landscape is also evolving. The Information recently announced the hiring of Miles Kruppa, a seasoned reporter with a strong background in covering artificial intelligence and venture capital. Kruppa's expertise will bolster the Information's coverage of the burgeoning AI sector, which is rapidly reshaping industries and influencing workplace dynamics. His previous reporting at the Wall Street Journal focused on Google and Alphabet, providing him with insights into the intersection of technology and business that are critical in today's market. As organizations grapple with the complexities of modern work environments and the implications of technological advancements, the future remains uncertain. The ongoing challenges associated with meeting room availability and the broader impacts of workplace stress highlight the need for innovative solutions that prioritize employee welfare. Similarly, the evolving landscape of tech journalism, underscored by the influx of experienced reporters like Kruppa, promises to provide deeper insights into the forces shaping our workplaces. As these trends unfold, businesses and employees alike must remain adaptable, embracing change while advocating for environments that foster collaboration, creativity, and ultimately well-being. The road ahead will require a commitment to innovation and an understanding that the future of work demands not just efficiency, but a holistic approach to employee support. In an era where cybersecurity is of paramount importance, a groundbreaking advancement in quantum computing has emerged, promising to revolutionize the way we secure our digital communications. A collaborative team of researchers from J.P. Morgan Chase, the quantum computing firm Quantinuum, and several national laboratories have demonstrated a significant leap forward in generating certified randomness, a crucial element for enhancing online security. Their findings, published in Nature, herald a potential future for a spoof-proof internet where the integrity of encrypted communications could be vastly improved. At the heart of this innovation is Quantinuum's 56-bit trapped ion quantum computer, which has successfully harnessed the peculiarities of quantum mechanics to produce random numbers that are verifiably secure. Traditionally, randomness is a vital component of cryptography, underpinning everything from secure logins to encrypted communications. As Scott Aronson, a prominent computer scientist involved in the study, explains, random number generation is a central task for modern cryptography and algorithms. You want the encryption to be secure and for the passkey to be truly random. The research builds on a prior certification protocol developed by Aronson and his former postdoctoral researcher Shihan Hun, which aimed to ensure that random numbers were generated fairly. This new technique, dubbed certified randomness, utilizes a combination of quantum computers and classical supercomputers to produce random numbers that are subsequently verified for their security. The unique aspect of this method is its capacity to output more randomness than it inputs, an achievement that classical computers cannot replicate, thus demonstrating a genuine quantum advantage. Using quantum computers and quantum technologies offers the only way to reliably generate and test randomness, says Henry Yuan, a computer scientist at Columbia University who was not part of the study. He emphasizes the importance of this randomness in various applications, including medical trials and simulations where ensuring unpredictability is essential. The implications of this research extend beyond theoretical interest. They have real-world applications in enhancing the security of digital transactions, protecting sensitive data from malicious actors. For instance, two-factor authentication systems commonly used to secure online accounts rely on the unpredictability of random numbers. As Yuan highlights, random numbers are used everywhere in our digital lives. Despite the promising nature of this development, it is crucial to acknowledge the inherent limitations of the protocol. Bill Pfefferman, a computer scientist at the University of Chicago, points out that the reliance on classical supercomputers for verification imposes constraints on scalability and utility. To prove that a quantum computer has performed a task correctly, classical supercomputers need to be brought in to analyze its work, he notes. This dependence creates a delicate balance where the quantum advantage must be carefully calibrated against classical capabilities. The research team successfully generated over 70,000 certified random bits using their quantum computer, validating their outputs against a rigorous benchmarking standard. According to Aronson, even if a majority of the bits display high levels of entropy, the randomness does not have to be uniform. It's the deviations from uniformity that allow us to test that these samples are good, he explains. Looking ahead, the potential applications of certified randomness are vast. As the digital landscape continues to evolve, the need for robust security measures will only grow. Utilizing quantum computers to produce verifiable randomness could set a new standard for encryption protocols, addressing current vulnerabilities and paving the way for a more secure internet. While the road to widespread implementation of this technology may be long, the findings represent a significant advancement in quantum computing and its applications in cybersecurity. The convergence of quantum and classical computing may well redefine the frameworks within which we conduct secure communications, ultimately leading us toward a future where the internet is not only more efficient but also significantly more secure. As the researchers continue to refine their methodologies and explore new avenues for application, the promise of a truly spoof-proof internet inches closer to reality. In a groundbreaking study published in Nature Medicine, researchers have revealed significant insights linking blood pressure reduction to a decreased risk of all-cause dementia among individuals with uncontrolled hypertension. The implications of this research may reshape how medical professionals approach hypertension management, particularly in rural and underserved communities. Dementia stands as one of the leading causes of death and disability globally, with millions of individuals affected. In an effort to explore effective preventative strategies, the study led by Jiang He and a team of researchers analyzed data from 33,995 participants aged 40 and older, all of whom were battling uncontrolled hypertension in rural China. The trial was structured as an open-label blinded endpoint cluster randomized study, a design that bolsters the credibility of the findings. Participants were divided into two groups, one receiving an innovative intervention led by trained non-physician community healthcare providers, and another group continuing with usual care. The intervention involved a systematic approach to titrating antihypertensive medications with the goal of achieving specific blood pressure targets: a systolic blood pressure BP of less than 130 mm of mercury and a diastolic BP of less than 80 mm of mercury. Over the course of 48 months, the intervention group achieved a remarkable net reduction in systolic BP of 22.0 mm of mercury and diastolic BP of 9.3 mm of mercury compared to the control group. The results were striking. The likelihood of developing all-cause dementia was significantly lower in the intervention group, with a risk ratio of 0.85, indicating a 15% reduction in risk compared to the usual care group, P equals 0.0035. Furthermore, adverse events were less frequent among those in the intervention group, which the authors noted as an encouraging sign of the intervention's overall safety and effectiveness. Intensive blood pressure reduction can significantly lower the risk of all-cause dementia in patients with hypertension, the authors concluded, underscoring the study's potential to inform future clinical practices. This finding resonates especially in regions where healthcare access is limited, suggesting that community health initiatives may play a pivotal role in managing both hypertension and its associated risks. The study also contributes to a growing body of literature emphasizing the importance of managing hypertension as a crucial factor in dementia prevention. Previous research has indicated that elevated blood pressure in midlife is linked to cognitive decline in later years, making the current findings particularly relevant for public health strategies aimed at addressing the dementia crisis. As healthcare systems continue to grapple with the growing prevalence of dementia, the insights from this study could lead to the implementation of community-based interventions that prioritize blood pressure management as a preventative measure. The potential for such strategies to be adapted in various global contexts offers a promising avenue for reducing dementia rates and improving overall population health. In conclusion, the findings from this significant trial illuminate a critical intersection between cardiovascular health and cognitive function, paving the way for future research and intervention strategies. As we advance into a future where an aging population increasingly faces the threat of dementia, the lessons learned from this study may serve as a beacon of hope in the quest for effective prevention methods. In a rapidly evolving landscape dominated by artificial intelligence, the information has made a strategic move to enhance its coverage of this pivotal technology by hiring Miles Kruppa, with a robust background in technology reporting. Kruppa brings a wealth of experience that includes his recent tenure at the Wall Street Journal, where he focused on Google and Alphabet. Prior to that, he covered venture capital and startups for the Financial Times, making him well equipped to navigate the complexities of AI and the financial dynamics surrounding it. Kruppa's hiring comes at a crucial time as investment in AI technologies continues to surge. According to recent reports, venture capital funding for AI startups has reached unprecedented heights, with billions of dollars being funneled into innovative companies eager to capitalize on the burgeoning market. Kruppa's expertise in covering significant financial transactions and developments in Silicon Valley positions him as a vital asset to the information's editorial team. His analytical skills and understanding of the technology sector will enable him to deliver insightful commentary on the implications of AI advancements for businesses and society alike. Reflecting on his career, Kruppa noted the landscape of artificial intelligence is changing the way we live and work. I am excited to delve into the stories that shape this transformative technology and explore the investment trends that influence its trajectory. His appointment signals the information's commitment to providing in-depth and timely analysis of AI, a subject that is becoming increasingly central to discussions about the future of various industries. The Information, known for its in-depth reporting on technology and business, aims to leverage Kruppa's skills to keep its audience informed about both the technological innovations and the financial ecosystems that support them. As AI continues to reshape industries from healthcare to finance, the demand for nuanced coverage that addresses both the technical and economic aspects of the technology is growing. The publication's decision to bolster its reporting team reflects a broader trend within the media landscape where specialized knowledge is becoming paramount. As technology continues to advance, the intersection of AI, finance, and ethics will undoubtedly yield complex challenges and opportunities. With reporters like Kruppa at the helm, the Information is poised to explore these developments comprehensively. The future of AI reporting will not only involve tracking technological breakthroughs but also examining their societal implications and the investment strategies that fuel these innovations. In conclusion, as the Information embarks on this new chapter with Miles Kruppa, readers can expect a deeper, more analytical approach to the world of artificial intelligence. The ongoing evolution of AI technology promises to bring forth new narratives and trends that will shape our future, and the Information is ready to cover them with the depth and clarity they deserve. In the wake of a pivotal electoral defeat, the Democratic Party faces an existential crisis that has intensified debates about its ideological direction. Following the November 5 elections, where Donald Trump secured victories in all 7 battleground states and notably improved his standing among various demographic groups, many Democratic leaders are questioning the viability of the party's current progressive platform. Vice President Kamala Harris's extensive campaign efforts, bolstered by over $1 billion in funding, ultimately yielded disappointing results, prompting a chorus of voices within the party to call for a strategic pivot toward the political center. The electoral fallout was stark. A late January poll from Quinnipiac revealed that only 31% of voters held a favorable view of the Democratic Party, contrasted sharply by 43% favorability for Republicans, with Trump enjoying a career-high approval rating of 53%. These figures underscore a stark public discontent with the Democratic brand, heavily influenced by perceptions of the party's progressive stance, particularly on cultural issues. According to a post-election survey conducted by the Democratic polling firm Blueprint, a significant majority of swing voters who shifted their support to Trump attributed their disaffection to the Democrats' perceived prioritization of progressive cultural politics over the concerns of American citizens. High-profile Democrats are increasingly voicing the need for the party to abandon what they describe as detrimental identity politics. Seth London. A Democratic strategist argued for a rebranding effort that completely rejects race-based identity politics, a sentiment echoed by former Obama administration officials like Rahm Emanuel. Identity politics did not work electorally, Emanuel asserted, reflecting a broader consensus that the party's cultural agenda may be alienating centrist and swing voters. Similarly, Michigan Senator Elissa Slotkin and California Governor Gavin Newsom have publicly criticized the current trajectory of the party, suggesting that a return to pragmatic centrist policies could restore electoral viability. However, the path toward moderation is fraught with challenges. The party's activist wing, which has gained significant influence in recent years, is not easily set aside. Representative Seth Moulton of Massachusetts faced backlash after candidly discussing the disconnect between the party's stance on transgender issues and public sentiment, highlighting the risks associated with defying the party's progressive base. His experience illustrates the tension between the party's leadership and its grassroots activists, who are often staunch advocates for identity politics. The Democratic National Committee DNC elections this past February showcased the enduring influence of the party's progressive factions, featuring a continuation of the themes and priorities that have characterized Democratic politics in recent years. Appointing Gen Z activist David Hogg as vice chairman reaffirmed the party's commitment to its progressive identity, even as some party leaders privately expressed the need for a shift towards economic populism to resonate more effectively with the electorate. Despite the growing calls for moderation, the reluctance to fully sever ties with progressive activist groups remains a significant hurdle. These organizations, supported by influential donors like George Soros, have not only shaped Democratic policy but also played a crucial role in mobilizing grassroots support during elections. As the party grapples with its identity crisis, it faces a critical choice: to pivot away from progressive ideologies or to double down on the cultural narratives that have defined its recent past. The electoral landscape suggests a possible drift toward further leftist policies, as some party leaders advocate for a new populist approach that emphasizes economic inequality while maintaining cultural commitments. This dual strategy aims to appeal to disillusioned voters without entirely abandoning the progressive base. However, analysts caution that such a move may only serve to delay a necessary reckoning with the party's leadership and its electoral strategies. The ramifications of this internal struggle will undoubtedly shape the Democratic Party's future direction. As it stands at a crossroads, the party must navigate the delicate balance between its progressive roots and the demands of a broader electorate increasingly wary of cultural radicalism. The outcome of this ideological battle will not only influence the Democratic Party's prospects in future elections but will also play a significant role in shaping the political discourse in America. Looking ahead, the ability of the Democratic Party to reconcile these competing narratives will be pivotal as it prepares for the next electoral cycle. With upcoming elections on the horizon, the party's leadership must confront the reality of its current standing and the public's appetite for change, all while remaining cognizant of the entrenched interests that have historically defined its platform. The question remains whether the Democrats can successfully pivot to the center or if they will continue to navigate the turbulent waters of progressive politics, potentially alienating voters in the process. In a groundbreaking study published recently, researchers have unveiled compelling evidence linking the reduction of high blood pressure to a decreased risk of dementia. This revelation comes from an extensive investigation conducted on nearly 34,000 individuals in rural China, marking a significant stride in understanding the interplay between cardiovascular health and cognitive decline. High blood pressure or hypertension has long been associated with an increased likelihood of developing dementia. However, the recent findings spearheaded by Jiang He at the University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center provide a more definitive link by examining the effects of antihypertensive medications on cognitive outcomes. Participants aged 40 and older with high blood pressure were randomly assigned to two groups, one receiving aggressive treatment with an average of 3 types of antihypertensive medications including ACE inhibitors, diuretics, and calcium channel blockers, while the other group received standard care with a single medication. After a follow-up period of 48 months, the results were striking. Those in the aggressive treatment group saw their blood pressure drop significantly from an average of 157.0/87.9 mmHg to 127.6/72.6 mmHg. In contrast, the control group only managed a slight reduction. More importantly, the study revealed that 15% fewer individuals in the treated group received a dementia diagnosis compared to those in the control group, and cognitive impairment was also reduced by 16%. He emphasized the implications of these findings, stating, "This proven effective intervention should be widely adopted and scaled up to reduce the global burden of dementia." Zachary Markham, a researcher at the University of Washington, echoed this sentiment, noting that this study adds compelling evidence to the existing knowledge of blood pressure as a risk factor for dementia. While the results are promising, experts like Raj Shah from Rush University caution against viewing hypertension treatment as a panacea. Shah pointed out that dementia risk is multifaceted, influenced by various risk factors including lifestyle choices, social engagement, and overall health. To reduce the risk of dementia, there's got to be a holistic approach over the course of a lifetime, he advised. As the scientific community digests these findings, the implications for public health policy and individual health management are significant. The potential for antihypertensive medications to play a dual role in managing blood pressure and lowering dementia risk could reshape treatment paradigms and preventive strategies in geriatric care. Looking forward, as ongoing research continues to explore the complex relationship between cardiovascular health and cognitive function, there is hope that these insights will lead to more effective prevention strategies and treatments, ultimately contributing to healthier aging and improved quality of life for millions around the globe.